Hello and welcome to my channel, 13 Moons Oracle. We are doing a nice reading with Kuan today. Try to make a little more space here. Oh, starving. Okay, so Kuan Yin was coming through really strongly the last few days with the message. So in the readings, I've been talking a lot about the Pearl Codes activation. So we talk a lot about light codes, but there's actually different layers to each light. Light are prisms, crystals reflect light. A lot of the coatings come in different forms of elements, right? And crystals are an earth element. So the pearl codes are a DNA activation that Kuan Yin is leading right now. And so for those advanced souls that are going to find this reading, you are going through that. You've already gone through your 12-strand DNA activation. That would have looked like a lot of spiritual purging, spiritual progress, tracking different things in your family, being the first to break generational patterns in your family, potentially with wealth, with business, with relationships, and really sealing that into your bloodline, that healing. And you're also going to have been the ones to come forward with just a completely different mindset. You are the game changer. You are the black sheep of the family. And you were placed as a starseed in this stagnant bloodline to awaken it, to open it up. And then with that came challenges, of course. You could have front-loaded your karma. Some of you came down and you had really nice karma and there wasn't a lot of problems with that. My cat might jump up here, but don't jump in the camera, sweet pie, if you don't want to be on camera, okay? So it's really go time right now. So for those of us that have been doing the work, that have been committed to our path, talking to the ones who have been celibate and single and working on that journey of falling in love with themselves and to really know all aspects of their soul and their expression, and working on bringing that expression out authentically in whatever they're doing to this world, and then really working on their purpose and how they're contributing back to this world and the confirmation verbs, betterment of this world. That's the collective that I'm speaking to in this reading right now. And there is a lot of compassion that's needed right now. And that's one of Kuan Yin's main messages tonight, is about mercy being balanced with severity. I feel like in our society, we are front-loaded with a lot of heavy ideas and a lot of BS, for lack of a better word. And it is really imperative for us to hone in our intuition and to be able to tell truth through our psychic senses and in our bones, because there's so much fakeness, there's so much AI, all of that stuff going on right now. Can you not come up here right now? You don't even like that. Thank you. So there is a lot of there's a lot of call in the world for our natural psychic capacities to come back online. It's calling for us to not be validated by anything outside of us, and it's calling for us to really listen to our internal guidance system within, and to have that system rebooted from all the conditioning and the programming. And with that also is empathy, is compassion. We are on these hamster wheels. If you're really engaged in the 3D matrix portion of things, or you're going to be working with clients who are on this, or you're going to be seeing family members that are on this. And sometimes as a starseed light worker, even if you've ejected yourself from these patterns and these frequencies, it can still weigh on you heavily, because you could still be surrounded by that in your community, like I just said, and your family and your just people, your environment and people around you. So it can be very wearing, and it is a system that's set up to keep us stressed out, to keep us distracted, to keep us really from reaching our potential, which I've also talked about before. And the more that you turn within and you meet that infinite wellspring of cosmic love and cosmic intelligence and that ancient wisdom that we hold within all of us, the more that you will actually be able to decipher what is purely true and what is false. And that will go in all layers. You'll be able to tell that with nutrition. You'll be able to intuit what you need for yourself. And some of you are already living this, and some of you are finding this right now, and this is your call and your activation, that this is what's going to be happening for you. If you're having a lot of chaos and challenge right now, these might be the missing links and the missing pieces that you need to integrate in to bring back balance to yourself. Because when we start to go into awakening, it feels like everything comes out of balance, and all the things that we resonated to prior to this, like that you just don't even see the world the same, perspective change, doesn't really resonate anymore. And that's a call for exploring new ways of being and new ways of doing that. And like I always say, we have the map inside ourselves. We have everything that we need inside ourselves, and all the wisdom and information is coded inside of us of where we're supposed to be, where we're supposed to go. And it shows out in your strengths, and even in what we would call maybe weaknesses. But weaknesses can also be turned into strengths, just from the very idea of putting attention with them and then merging them with divinity. When you ask for your highest unconditional loving guidance to guide you, and you connect to your guides and your angels, and you connect to teachers like Kuan Yin, who are lived exemplary spiritual lives and committed to staying in the multidimensional realms to guide all humanity to peace and back to unconditional love and back to their own true nature, you can unlock infinite potentials and wisdoms that your mind can't even fathom right now. And again, this is a collective reading, so take what fits and leave what doesn't. But some of you are already going through that. Some of you are already experiencing that. Some of you, I'm just mirroring that, like, yes, that has been my experience. And now it's just, a call to go deeper. We can always go deeper. We can always stop where we are as well if it becomes overwhelming, and we can integrate what we have going on in the moment. And so lots of you will be at different layers, but there is a call for empathy to come back. There is a call for compassion to come back, and not just for other people and the people around you, although that is where the greatest challenge in bringing empathy and mercy lies, right? Because we do need to stand for divine justice. We do need to stop a lot of the atrocities that are coming to the surface to be cleaned and to be witnessed by divinity, and for us to gather together as a community and to stop it. But we also need to bring that compassion and empathy to ourselves, and we also need to understand our own limitations, and know that we are in a limited human experience, and that's why we partner with divinity, because we weren't meant to do it alone. We came down with all kinds of spiritual gifts, tools, and tech, and our free will is there for a purpose as well. But if you don't ask, you can't receive it. If you don't access it with your own free will, they'll just kind of stay dormant around you, right? And so a lot of you are being called to do that. And some of you are already doing it. Like I said, you're already on the spiritual journey. There's going to be advanced souls finding this channel, because I am an advanced soul. I'm an Akashic Records keeper. I'm an oracular high priestess. I connect to all these guides and angels. I'm a medium. I'm a channel. I have deep wisdoms coming through me. And this has been going on for decades for me. I had my awakening way back, like 30 years ago. I had my first awakenings, and I followed it through, and I always had gifts. And you're going to resonate to this. You're going to know you always had gifts as well. Like, I could always talk to animals. My parents bred and raised wolves as part of some of the things that they did for businesses, and I could always communicate with my wolves. My wolves were my best friend. We had a special relationship that none of the other peers around me or even my family had with these animals. And you're going to see those kinds of seeds of awareness and potential. If you are just awakening, you're going to have seen those things in your childhood as well. And then for those of you on the more advanced side of these things, and squirrel for confirmation, maybe that's a sign for someone wants to look up squirrel symbolism, but I know it has to do with belief in yourself, knowing you can do it, setting a balance of finances, balance of resources, not overspending, for instance, but not over hoarding either. Also, we're coming into spring, so a time to gather, to play, to awaken, renewal might be coming up for you here. But what was I saying? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But it is, we're really being called to pull all of our resources. And again, always talking in those layers of the auric field: body, mind, heart, and spirit. So what physical resources do you need? And call them in. The more that you can name to the universe what it is that you want, and remove any guilt and shame from it. Kuan Yin is saying, she's saying, remove any guilt and shame. Like, don't think that because other people are using money and resources in a negative way that you have to do that too. You set the frequency and tone from it. Just because they're doing that, you don't have to mirror that. You are a path forger. So tell the universe what you want. Build that container through your words, through your vision. Name it so it can be delivered to you, right? And then also bring in that compassion. Bring in not just manifesting for yourself, but manifest for those around you? How can you create a better experience for those around you? How can you connect? Because also we're not responsible for other people's karma. That destiny swapping, that karma swapping, all of that's being transferred back now from all timelines and all decades. And so we're not supposed to take on other people's karma. We're not supposed to do it for them. Did you know that you actually initiate a predator response even from good people when you overgive? Because when you're overgiving, you are, when you overgive, you actually initiate a predatory response from people, especially in our society right now, because it's built on hierarchy. There's greed, there's all kinds of activation points in there, and they are spiritual tests in a way. But having proper boundaries, being able to say no, and being able to see the strength in other people and knowing that they can do it, and not just taking over and solving their problems for them and doing it for them, that is also something that's coming to an end. So really, Kuan Yin's showing me that it's the proper definition, creator's definition of empathy that we're actually getting, and empathy that's empowering to people, right? I know, again, this is no judgment, this is just information, and these are just examples, but like I come from a culture like South American, East Indian culture, Caribbean Indian, Caribbean, Trinidad, all that. So that might be coming up for you. That might be a mirror reflection. And then I also am part French, and both sides are so different. There is a lot of like the family takes care of the family almost to a point of degradation on one side. They don't, and you're disempowering them because you're giving them money, but they're not actually doing anything themselves. And when you give them the money, then they don't even try, and then they think they can't do it. And it becomes this kind of perpetual cycle of disempowerment within the family unit that goes on. And then there's the other side where it's like, oh, if you even think you need help or you need money, even though we have lots in abundance, we can't share it with you. It's almost like a greedy side. It's like, how dare you even ask if you need help, kind of thing. And then it's funny that I would be born into a line that has two extreme polarities, but also part of my dharma and my purpose was to be able to show that I could do it myself to a point, because there's also toxic feminist structures that have kind of degraded what the actual definition of divine feminine is and divine masculine are. And so those have also robbed us of our power. So there's also interplays within that needs to be balanced, and everything needs to be balanced. And when it's brought to divinity, it is balanced, because the thing is, when one thing or one definition or one way of being is applied to one thing, it could be really toxic and negative. But if you took that same way of being and that same application of action and you applied it to another situation, it could be positive and wonderful and healthy, but it was exact same actions, right? And so when you bring divinity into it, that's where you can start to really differentiate when it's good for that space and when it's not. And that's been one of the greatest gifts of divinity. And then that's been one of the greatest gifts of and understandings in coaching with my clients in private one-on-ones, and seeing it in my own life, of course, that the difference between living from ego and the difference between living from soul. Because, and whenever the conflicts arise between ego and soul, the one who's in ego is being called through their trigger to rise up, to go within, to see where they still have resistance, to see where they're holding themselves back, to see where they're living in disillusionment, and to see where they can release the Maya. And of course, you do that partnered with divinity. But they will think that they're doing the exact same thing as the soul. And the difference will be in the underlying intentions. The difference will be if gossip's involved, if maliciousness is involved, if there's anger through retribution or revenge and just wanting to win for no actual heart intended purpose. And usually when you're coming from soul, you won't even engage in the fight of that. You might engage in the fight for divine justice, stand up for your boundaries, stand up for your right, and not let other people treat you like that. But you will try to end that conflict as quickly as possible, and you will disengage, because it was never about that. It was never about winning for winning's sake. And then also that's between the soul and the ego, two things can look the same, but they're absolutely not, because one will, no matter what, even if it goes to adversity or it goes to success and victory, it will always be about everyone winning. It will always be about love. It will always be about pure, unconditional source energy, love and light, right? And so you really start to be taught that as you merge with divinity, because some of this stuff, again, I'm an empath first, so sometimes I struggle with my words, so please forgive me. But the words to match the depths of my feeling, they are growing for me, and Spirit is helping me, of course. Thank you, Spirit. but it's something also that you would need to experience. And through the resonance of my voice, through me connecting to my soul, through me connecting to divinity right now, and through even Kuan Yin and spirit working through me, these are transmissions that your soul and your whole energy field is getting from my energy field, even if I can't find the right words. And so even if I'm saying things that you don't really understand at this moment, and you're not really sure how you got guided here, know that your soul did guide you here, that there's beacons out that is calling the right people here at the exact right time, and spirit never makes mistakes. There's no mistakes and there's no coincidences. And so just trust that whatever is coming through this transmission for you today is working for you and helping to work on you. And Kuan Yin actually is a very silent, beautiful, beautiful energy. I haven't even pulled one card yet. She's a very silent, beautiful energy. And she works with a lot of other guides because she's a master teacher. She's a master guide. And so she will guide a lot of the collective right now. And what is activating in these pearl code frequencies is your strength. That strength that I just talked about of being able to know the difference between ego and soul, being able to know the difference between softness and divine femininity and love and gentleness as a strength, and also being able to know when to use the divine masculine and the physical strength and the physical capacity, and to really bring back that piece of empathy, to balance mercy with severity, because you do need to have divine justice, do need to have boundaries, you do need to be able to say no, and a lot. And then I really like this coach right now, Mina Arafan, and she talks about being a BITCH once instead of a million times. So at the very onset of someone overtaking from you, or at the very onset of someone over asking or overreaching, if you know a situation isn't right for you because you've done the work and you have boundaries and you know yourself, you can just say no once, no matter who the person is, if it's a family member. You can just say no once, instead of, maybe inviting that person into your home and then them overstepping with your spouse, overstepping with your children, overstepping with your boundaries, overtaking. And then you have to be mean a bunch of times and you have to say no a bunch of times. So it's really nice to just know your boundaries and base them off your values and what are your core beliefs. And so really cleaning those up right now. So again, if you're on that advanced spiritual journey, you already do the work, you're already an alchemizer, you already know what I'm talking about, you have a meditational practice, you have a movement practice, you have art, and spirituality just flows and pours through you no matter what you're doing. You've embraced and integrated and embodied the sacred into all of your lifestyle. This is going to be pretty easy for you, but it is going to be that deep cleanup. You might be noticing things that are arising right now that you thought were done, that you thought were cleared, that you thought were all good. And they're coming up to be purged and have cleanups. Like I've just been noticing for the last couple weeks between private sessions and in myself, that it's just these little cleanups, like these little things like, oh, I didn't know I thought like that. And that I can actually see how that's such a small thought, but it was blocking so many things. And then I was like, oh, I thought I forgave that situation that happened like 10 years ago, but I actually didn't forgive myself in that situation. And it had actually created a block of trust inside myself. And so it's just these tiny little cleanups. And because you already have the tools to alchemize it, it's like literally taking me less than 3 minutes, some of them, to clean up these huge, huge patterns of belief. And what it's doing is it's bringing back your whole conscious awareness of your divine identity, which is your true self-esteem. It is your love for yourself. It is showing you the magnificence of your own soul so that you never desecrate your soul again, right? And so that's part of the pearl activation. That's part of the 144 DNA strand activation that a lot of starseeds are going through right now. And this is going to be an even greater calling in your work. And so some of you that I'm talking to, again, collective reading, take what fits and leave what doesn't. But some of you are, all of you are going to be on different areas of this. So some of you are already going to be working with your business. You're going to have a baby business that you just started, and you're starting to get it out there. Be a path forger. Crown yourself as an expert and a pro in that field and show up. Show up even before it's ready, because we are on this advanced edge of the 5D merging to the 3D. So some people are going to still be in the old timelines and they're not going to understand it, but trust that your whole being and your whole way of delivering that is creating a transmutation. It's creating a transmission. It's creating a healing in that group of souls that will find that work and that need your special application of it. Okay. And then the next ones of you are going to have a business that's maybe like more of a teenager, and it's going to be more, just a lot more established, and then you're just really refining the process as you're going. And those of you that are kind of in between this and you're waiting to start your business, you're waiting for clarity, it's go time. It's the year of the fire horse at the time of this filming, although these are all timeless readings. So whenever you get this, it's going to activate in your DNA and it's going to activate in your field. But you are called to just go. Do it. Figure it out as you go. Figure it out as you go. Really sit down and be honest with yourself about any gaps or skills that you need, or where you need to hire out. If you need lawyers, accountants, how to set up business, there's business kits. There's videos all over YouTube on how to start a business. Any of the skills that you're lacking, or gaps that you're lacking, or anything you want to start to integrate new, you can find it and get going. It's time to go. It's time to go, and then it's time to just refine as you go. All right? And then remembering those boundaries. Remember, you only have to be mean once if you know yourself. And it's not even mean to say no to other people. It's more empowering to them. It's saying that I know that you can figure this out. I trust that you can figure this out. I trust in your wisdom, your capacity, your intelligence. I trust in your guidance, and I'll pray for you, and I love you. And then you can offer as much help as you can, if it's even just a little bit, you know? And then some of you might have a adult business, a fully functioning business that is making, 6 figures, making millions even, or just making a really healthy income, and you're just being called to expand even more. You're being called to expand your container. I also heard something the other day about saying how the enemy, lower vibrations, lower frequencies, entities, whatever you want to call them, they actually will lock you into that 6-figure range, because it's really easy for you to stay there. It's really easy to get comfortable there. So wherever your comfort zone is right now, Kuan Yin is calling for you to expand it. She's calling for you to gently expand it, and she will help you. There's massive amounts of downloads coming through, and you can receive them, and you can sit, hands open. You can put them open in front of your heart, like palms up, usually like this. And you can say, like, please mentor me. Please show me how to use this energy and these downloads coming through me as the most usable energy that can possibly work to create the most happy, deepest, fulfilling experience for myself and others. Mentor me, show me, give me. Sometimes I say, like, I'm not very smart, so I need crystal clear giant signs, and I need crystal clear giant guidance showing me what I need to do and what my next steps are. Okay. And all of that is strength. Asking for strength, or asking for help is strength. Doing it even if you're afraid is strength. Refining as you go is strength. Just trusting yourself. You have everything that you need inside of you, especially if you've been doing this work for a while. You have everything that you need. If you're just beginning, you might need a little bit more help and guidance, but seek that out. It is time. We are being called. And then we're also being called to, about our expression, to romanticize life, to make it beautiful, to adorn ourselves, whatever way that looks for you. It doesn't necessarily have to be makeup and dresses, but that's how I define the feminine. So that's how I've been dressing. And I've been looking, how do I want to express myself? And when I wake up in the morning, I ask, what does my soul want to do today? And I ask, how does my soul want to express itself today? And I dress for me, and I do my hair and my makeup and everything for me. And how I want to, adorn my soul and express the beauty of that on the outside. And then it doesn't become about anyone else. I'm very grateful if I get love and compliments from the outside world, but those aren't the reason why I dressed up that day, right? And also dressing up creates confidence in you, right? And so really igniting that inner beauty, that inner love for yourself. And it doesn't have to be crazy. Some days I'm in a sweatshirt dressed up. Do you know what I mean? It's just about how you define things. It's about how you define beauty. And then even birds might be very significant for you today. Mandalas, pearls, maybe you want to wear pearls. Pearls would be really good to work with and wear on your being. There's obviously a dove here as well. And then flowers, getting flowers, and just really, I'm even seeing her hair standing out to me. Maybe you want to color your hair, but also I like to use really natural dyes and things. Oh, that was another thing of beauty. Your skin will become glowing. Your immune system, when your immune system is healthy, your skin takes on a better appearance. Your body takes on a better appearance. You get muscular structure. Your metabolism heals. So please, for the love of God, don't take Advil or Tylenol. It hurts your kidneys. It hurts your liver. I'm not a doctor. This is just recommendations. I don't take those things. I look years younger than my actual earth years. And I'm just saying, anything that you put in your body has a consequence. It may be helping for a quick moment, but you've got to really understand the consequence of that, and if you want to pay for that later. And just the breaking down of the immune system. Eat healthy, eat alive foods, living foods. All of that stuff will make you feel more beautiful. It'll help your hair grow. It will help you really just glow from the inside out. It'll also reducing the chemicals in your cosmetics. I'm a big proponent of this. If you watch this channel, you're going to hear me talk about this stuff a lot. Nutrition is really important. Getting down the chemicals from your foods and everything. Also, Kuan Yin's reminding me that your cells, when they're clean and they're purified, you can hear your divine guidance more easily. You can get the downloads more easily. They're not going to get stuck on all those little implants from all the heavy metals and the endocrine hormone disruptors that we're ingesting or putting on our skin. Right? So really do your research. Really look into, there's a lot of awakened, conscious people on this planet right now that have businesses, and they have made cosmetics, and they have made foods, and they have made things that are clean for you to have those things, and you can really live a purified life. And it's not that hard if you set up systems in your house and you get it going. The only hard part is the start of it. Once you get it going and have systems in your house and you get it regulated, that you have it and you know where to get it and it's accessible, it's really easy. And you don't have to spend a lot of money. There's simple ways. There's superfoods that bring in high nutrition. There's simple ways to activate these things. And like I said, you're going to feel better, you're going to look better, and then you're going to be able to connect to divine wisdom even more easily. And it's going to stabilize moods. It's just thousands of benefits in that. And that all comes with this one saying awakening the goddess within, but also just awakening that beauty from within through your self-care, through pouring into yourself through love. Self-care is such a buzzword now, but it's self-love. Like, can you pour into yourself and take care of yourself as if you were the most divine, royal being of life and you just deserve the best of everything? Can you do that? Right? Also, it talks about dance and movement. So moving the body, moving these energies through your body, even if you just get some movement every day of walking. It's just really important. We are getting such massive downloads. The Schumann resonance has been off the scales. There's all these different frequencies coming onto the planet. Like I said, we typically call them light codes, but there's sapphire codes, there's pearl codes, there's rose codes coming in. Like, there's a whole set. I'm not even touching a fraction of what is coming down into this planet right now. And it really works better if you can move it through your body so it doesn't get stagnant and sitting in your joints, because that can create anxiety, that can create aches and pains, that can create physical ascension symptoms, which I've also talked about in my last reading, so I won't go too much into that here. But it really helps to move your body and get this energy flowing through your system. Quiet time is really important for you as well right now. So even if you are a parent and you don't always have a lot of time, try to carve out some time. If it's in the night or in the morning, make it work for your schedule. And this is what I always teach my clients. Again, confirmation, bro. Just started when I got this reading. Like, this was not happening before this reading. Anyway, so your quiet time is just so important. Like, and meditation, meditation, quiet time, all of that, just take time to connect to your guides, to your angels, to your higher self, at least once every 24 hours. Take some quiet time where you have none of your electronics on, or maybe you have a nice frequency, or maybe you have a nice classical music. I've been loving Activations by JJ. She's been so cleansing, so purifying. She even has healing tracks. It's so beautiful. So maybe something like that is on, but take some quiet time with you and yourself. Carve out some beautiful space for yourself in your home. I've been also saying read some books. Kuan Yin's reminding me, like, if you feel called to Kuan Yin, read about her stories. Read about her lineage. It will help you connect more deeply to her, right? And then there's also these other queens helping, because Kuan Yin is that master, so she always works with the other triple goddesses 888, right? So we have Sekhmet, Aphrodite, Siege, Vesta. So all of this is talking about ancient Greece. This is talking about the Celtic times. This is talking about the Druid times. Avalon is coming up here, and then Egypt. So of course, look these up, right? Look these up. So you want quiet time, and you really want to just, that's very important. Thank you, Kuan Yin. A really, really great practice to get us out of disembodiment that the culture constantly tries to put us in and calls us into, is by feeling your feelings and your needs, talking to your own heart. One of my favorite practices is through a coaching course that I've taken, a life coaching course through Claire Zammit. And she talks about, you place your hands on your heart, okay? And you call yourself by your name. Your heart is listening to you, so you call yourself by your name. You call and you say, what is it you're feeling? And then you do that 3 times. You call yourself by your name and you say, what are you feeling? And then you sit with yourself and you go beyond your mind and you go down into the deeper truth of your being. Like, what are you feeling? Feel it in your body and then name it. And you'll notice that we have been trained to listen to the loudest emotions that are going on, but we actually have a lot of emotions going on at the same time. And when you sit with yourself in this way and you presence and you listen to all those emotions, This is a beautiful, beautiful practice that will help you connect to your subtle senses, your psychic senses. It will help you connect to the wisdom downloads that are coming through, and it will help you expand your spiritual language and your spiritual capacity to read the other energies that are going on top of the physical. And it will help bring you into the next layers of your expression and being, Kuan Yin is saying. Okay. It's also nice to do a reflection. I try to do a reflection once a month or even once a week of where I'm going, where my goals are at. I do like a 5-year goal plan, and I do a 1-year goal plan, and then I keep that close and handy, and I check in with that every month, and I plan my whole weeks and my life around those main goals so that I stay focused, because there's so many distractions going on. And then I also reflect on like, what did I learn? What challenges did I have? How did I overcome them? How am I doing? Food, that kind of thing. It doesn't have to be long. It can be as short as you want, but I do recommend these things, because the more that you can sit with yourself, presence with yourself, and know yourself, the more that you are going to be able to show up with a full presence, own your yeses and nos, and the more potent you are of centered in your heart, the more peaceful you're going to be. The more peaceful that you are, the more your resonance is going to go up, the more you're going to magnetize what you want to you, and the more people are just going to love to be around you. And you want to watch for siphoning on that as well. You want to make sure you take time to just recharge, but call your energy back. But then you can still even give out even more love from those spaces as well, right? That's also part of boundaries. But all of that enables you to give out even more love, right? And then you become that pillar, that walking bridge between spirit and the physical, giving out unconditional love and light, and giving out that energy to everything around you. And then you're just doing light work automatically through your embodied experience in your being. Okay, so that is a big thing. And also just carving out a corner that you have, that is your altar, that is your sacred space, that is the beauty that is the beauty that we need in this world right now, right? And the beauty that you need in your home, creating sanctuary, creating consecrated space that is grounded in unconditional love too, is coming up here. And so I talked to this in another reading, but is really beautiful way to like sage, or I love San Paulo, sandalwood, and just seal the mirrors and the windows of your home. Put crystals around your TV, because that's actually a portal you cannot close. And then consecrate your house in unconditional love, and literally proclaim over it, like, only unconditional love and light can enter this space in this field. And all of this is claimed now through unconditional love of Creator as holy, sanctified ground. And all of this is blessed in unconditional love. And just from that one pinnacle point, which you can connect that to the ley lines, some of you that I'm talking to, you do ley line work, and you're easily connected to the earth, and that will start to bless out and bless all of your neighbors and all of the space around you. It also connects with the earth to give it a purifying energy, and that is part of our light work in that connection as well, because Kuan Yin is a voice for the animals. She's a voice for the ones that cannot speak, and that we are the physical representation of these aspects of change. And so if you really feel called to be that voice as well, this is part of how you can help to do it, especially animals. And there's a crow that just flies, so that might be another confirmation, but especially animals, they are really resonant to frequency and energy. So if you're putting out that love and that light and that peacefulness through the earth, they're going to feel it, and it's going to provide them peace and sanctuary and protection and grace, right? Okay, let's see. Let's pull some more cards. Any more, Kuan Yin? Okay. Okay, so some of you have just gone through a huge transition change, like your whole identity has shifted. 2 more crows. So that means you're manifesting. Big manifestations are coming in for you. If they haven't arrived yet, it's soon. It's literally like days, a couple weeks away. And you just have this new expression going on, but there's this like bewildered energy going on. I need to turn on the light a little bit. Legs are crimping. All right, there's this bewildered energy a little bit, because like who you were before, isn't matching who you are now. And that's okay. I know you've gone through this before, the ones that I'm talking to. If this is a first time cycle for you, welcome. And just understand that this is so exciting because you had that vacuum, it cleared you out, and now all the new is filling in. And it's not even, it's new, it's going to feel new to you but you are also manifesting it. So it's also somewhat expected. And so just be grateful and remember to manifest. Don't just manifest out of your circumstances right now. Ask for divine overflow. Ask for divine provision. Don't be afraid to dream bigger. And then Regan Hillier is another coach that I love to follow. And she always talks about see the vision behind the vision. So your manifestations are coming in right now. You built that container and it's starting to arrive. And that's part of that bewilderness, is because it pulls out all the things that weren't working. And then it starts to fill you back up with the other things. So don't be afraid to refresh your wardrobe. Don't be afraid to go to different experiences and different events. Don't be afraid to try new hobbies and things. And I'm seeing a lot of you connect to your community, get out and do some classes. Not more classes where you have to fix yourself and constantly heal, but for pleasure, for joy, for self-expression, just for connecting to even more of your pleasure and who you are. And we especially need that right now, especially when it's so heavy. And you might be hearing me say the pleasure and the joy, and you might be thinking how can I have pleasure and joy when there's so much heaviness going on? But that's why we need it the most. And it's not about spiritual bypassing. It's acknowledge the heaviness as well and transmute it, but then move it through your body, because a lot of you are so connected to the earth that's where some of your heaviness is coming from. You're transmuting through the earth, so it definitely needs to move and get it through and get out. And I'm also seeing red light therapy would be really good for you. Just getting in sunlight in general, especially in the mornings, getting in moonlight, getting in starlight. If you can go in any natural body of water and get that on your skin as well, that's going to help to purify and clear you. But you're just in this magnificent revelation period, when the butterfly first comes out of the cocoon and it's so beautiful, that's you. That's you right now. So enjoy this moment and really relish in it and play in it and discover it and go into some discovery. And anything that's really heavy for you, it's a call to prayer, so pray on it. Even set some grids if you need to, and do some deep transformational work. And you can alchemize collective field patterns that you see. That's why we're seeing them. That's why they speak to our heart. That's why they trigger us. That's why they upset us. They're called to prayer. But then do that and keep going. Okay, we have Sweeping Sister Willow. I'll read the book for this one. So music's going to be really important to you. Frequency. You're going to need to, I haven't gotten to the book yet. I'm just reading as I do it. But it will be really good for you to set your frequency and set the tone of what's around you. So really be careful, not saying take it all away, but really be careful of what you're watching. Really be careful of violence in the shows and the frequency and the tone of the show. They've slipped in a lot of stuff under the guise of science and medical that is really nefarious and is really siphoning and really draining. So tune in before you put a show on or something, or before you watch something. Tune into how you're feeling, and then check again midway, pause it or take a moment, check midway how you're feeling, and then also check at the end. And then I would also, every single night, I always do this anyway, is call, and I get my clients to do this, call your power back. Call your power back in all directions of space and time. Call your power back that you may have given knowingly or unknowingly, and just always do that. It's very, very important. There's so many booby traps, so much siphoning, so much distraction, so many disruption patterns right now. So you're healing old pain now. You really come into this beautiful moment of surrender, of forgiveness, and you're over it. Things that you were carrying that you were oh, I can never forgive this. You're just yeah, I'm forgiving it now. I just don't even want to carry it anymore. You have a whole new perspective of forgiveness. And this is something that I've talked about on my other YouTube channel right now, because there's a whole shadow integration period going on. And there is this actual massive reprogramming of forgiveness in the collective to actually position forgiveness as the powerhouse that it is, of course, but actually to reposition it, to understand that in forgiveness that's where all of our power lies. it protects us. It protects our brothers and sisters. It heals the collective. It's a massive rippling through, and it heals and purges so much violence inside yourself that we carry energetically and in our frequency. And it does that all the way through the ancestral lines and the ancestral web. And so it goes back through different timelines, and it goes back through all of your ancestors, and it heals many, many generations. So it is a key piece, but it's not easy. As you know, it's not easy, but the Course in Miracles also talks about the Holy Spirit, and it talks about, like, whatever you can't do, just partner with the Holy Spirit that is within us, and then the Holy Spirit will help you too. So if you're struggling with forgiveness, but this is the next key piece, and I'm mirroring your intuition right now, and I'm mirroring, and you're like, I know, Jade, I know I need to forgive, but it's so hard. Call on the Holy Spirit, okay? And know that I'm helping you. I'm sending you energy, and I'm sending you help and love, and so is Kuan Yin. That's why she's here, and she is the ultimate bearer of forgiveness. If you know some of the stories of the things that she went through, and she was able to forgive them and move forward because she understands that forgiveness is a gift to yourself. It's not a gift to them. It doesn't absolve them of their karma. It doesn't mean that justice will not be served through divinity. It means that you have released yourself from any burdens of carrying around or re-perpetuating or keeping that pain and that negative frequency on this planet at all, let alone attached to you. All right. So let's just take a nice cleansing breath. Inhale through your nose and let it go through your mouth like me if you want. Nice sighing breath. And just feel Kuan Yin's love around you right now. Feel her mercy, her grace. She often comes with this beautiful picture of glowing white liquid that she pours upon you, and it is divine mercy. And it's just the most beautiful healing frequency. I love doing that kind of meditation and work with her right before bed because it just calms my whole nervous system down. And that's another thing, nervous system repair is going on with you. Kuan Yin is working on that with you no matter what. That might be a nice visualization you can have to it, but it's still happening for you if you ask, or if this is part of your soul tribe and your guides, which it is if you found this channel and you found this message today. But know she's working with you on your nervous system. For some of us, we front-loaded our karma, and we've been living in survival mode for a while, but we got real wise even onto a couple years ago, and we started building our containers and actually stating what we wanted to manifest, not attached to the how in any way, just allowing the universe or creator to be our provision, to be our supply, and to deliver it in any and all ways and all means. And you've opened yourself up to receiving. You've done all the work. You've done this beautiful work on yourself to get through all of these adversities and challenges that you went through that were dark, my love. Like, I see you. I see it. They were dark. People mistreated you. People took advantage of your kindness. But all of that had a purpose. All of that had a purpose of calling out your strength, calling it in your boundaries, having you learn that you had power over your own field and your own reality. And it also just helps you to now be able to create that security and safety around yourself and to heal your nervous system. So you're coming out of that fight or flight mode. You're coming out of that survival mode. You're really connected to divinity. You're really connected to divine love, and great joy is rippling through your life right now. You are just, the more you know yourself, the more you know the truth about yourself, the more genuine your expression, the less energy you leak. When you just allow yourself to be yourself also, and you mean no harm, and then you clear the violence, any violence out of your frequency whatsoever, as much as you can, people just resonate to you differently. They just, I don't know, it just, your open-heartedness and that love just becomes your natural protection. It may not seem that way sometimes, but it's literally bringing greater joy into your life. And anything that's being released right now, anything that doesn't see it, anything that runs from it, it's not you. It's that energy. It cannot handle the light of its own truth. It's not ready to see itself for what it is. Your authenticity is going to light up the authenticity or lack of authenticity in those around you. And you're going to know this too, because you're going to be triggering people since you were young, right? And so I feel like you're owning it better now, though. You're just like not blaming yourself as much anymore, and you're just having enough spiritual maturity and wisdom to just see now what is yours and what isn't. So that's also been coming up, but Kuan Yin is just really helping you come to peace with all of those things and to just literally forgive yourself for anything you feel you could have done differently. And she's helping you even rewrite those moments in frequency, she's saying. And just great blessings are coming into you. There's so many blessings, and I even coming in. They're here right now. Say thank you for my blessings. They're here right now. They are here right now. And even if you're not seeing them in your physical reality, they are forming, because you already feel them within your vessel, within your being. You already are connected to these beautiful inner temples within yourself. You've seen the magnificent beauty of your soul. You've understood this, and as you usher in more and more forgiveness to maybe some of those last remaining pieces or things you just forgot about, that you're like, oh wow, I thought I had ended that, and maybe I just need to bring some forgiveness there, or maybe I didn't even realize I hadn't forgiven myself. As you bring those kinds of pieces in, all of these treasures are just going to keep showing up and showing up and showing up. Your manifestation, your magnetism is off the chart right now, and so keep embracing that. Say thank you. You can say, I'm so happy and grateful for what I have now, and I would like more, and I would like this, because I want to be able to help this, and I want to be able to anchor this stability in my life. You're allowed to manifest like that. We are allowed to tap into divine provision, but permission, you need to give yourself permission. Maybe I'm giving you permission. You are allowed to have all the opulence and abundance of the world. It is not spiritual to live in poverty. That was a lie that we were told us, to be disempowered. Look at the abundance of the earth. Look at what Creator made. Look at the abundance when a fruit tree gives fruit. Like, look at the abundance of crops and harvests and trees and leaves and flowers and like the beauty of nature also, and the amount of creatures and animals and differences that we have. Do you think that Creator is a peasant? That we are, that we are like, there's not enough to go around? Or that we weren't allowed to enjoy opulence? Look at like gemstones and jewelry. Like, Creator made all of those things. And we're supposed to live in poverty and want nothing? No. We are supposed to be detached to everything. We can still enjoy it. We can still have a preference. We don't want to live in greed. If you had nothing, I don't even want to say that way. If you had to live simply, you could still be happy. Yes, you do want to foster that. So you don't want to be attached to anything, but you can still enjoy it. You can still desire it, and you can still desire to share that with others. And so giving yourself permission to hold these treasures, and even the treasures inside yourself. You're seeing yourself in new ways, and you're really understanding the beauty and the gifts and the magnificence that you have always had. Because how easy is it for us to see other people's beauty and other people's gifts and other people's capacity, and then we just kind of degrade our own, and we just disregard our own, or we want to live in that, I call it false humility, and say like, oh, it doesn't matter. Like, you can still love yourself and appreciate your gifts and appreciate your strengths and appreciate your attributes, and even your weaknesses are strengths, by the way, as well. They were all made in perfect harmony of Creator for a balance, for a reason. And you can still be humble. I believe that's also part of it. Loves like Dave Ramsey does a really good job of celebrating people who have worked really hard to achieve success. We are allowed to be proud of ourselves and be successful. We don't have to be boastful and think we're better than other people and treat people poorly because they don't have as much success as us, or the same, or even want the same things or want the same goals. That's the difference. It's just like discernment becomes gossip, or becomes malicious, or it becomes judgment when there's maliciousness in it, right? And so there is the difference, and Kuan Yin is also teaching you about those differences as well. So it's okay to look at something truly, and if there's negative attributes to it and that don't align with your values or where you want to be in life or what you want to be doing, it's okay to speak those things, even especially to yourself, and to decide to remove yourself from an environment, a situation, or a relationship that might have those attributes. That's discernment. It doesn't make you negative, but we've been taught to be those good girls and those good boys, and to be so nice, we'll say in quotation marks, that we can't say those things, or we can't speak those things, or even decide those things for ourselves because we're being mean. But it's actually not being mean. If you bring in judgment and maliciousness, and you have to talk to everybody about it, and you have to make a big deal about it and make a big drama and make the other person feel bad about it and have a fight with them about it, that's the difference of judgment. That's where it becomes negative. But if you just have discernment, you tell yourself the truth, even if it's a hard truth and you don't like it and you don't want to see those things there, but they don't align with your values, and you remove yourself, that's discernment, and that's protection. And that is also what you're building. And that is also what might have already been happening for you that I am mirroring in your life right now, and what Kuan Yin can help you refine. So again, just remember, all you need to do is ask, like, please mentor me. Please show me the way. Please show me crystal clear guidance and action on how I can bring these through to myself. Because you have a super high spirit team. Like, there's so much protection going on. And like, also think of your lineages. So like, this is just an example, but like Sikhs, for instance, they have the most beautiful angelic warrior tribe of angelic beings and guardians that work with them. And like, and this is every culture that ever existed on the planet has this too in their ancestral lines in different ways, in different facets. So like, go start to connect with that. Ask to see your spirit team. You might have different lineages and from different ethnicities, from different timelines, and from different past lives going on too. So you can have a multitude of them. And you, who are the ones that I'm talking to for this reading, you have a multitude of them, and you are so protected in the spiritual realms. Right? So don't be afraid to forge that path forward. The world needs your gift right now. It's time. And Kuan Yin will help you get there. She's bringing through that gentle, beautiful energy. So let's check on some dragon magic, because of course Kuan Yin has her beautiful white dragon that always comes and protects, and you can actually ask for different layers and dragon scales and different layers to come help you. Heal anything that you need. If you have any kind of like overconsumption, over shopping, overeating, overdoing, those kinds of wounds, you can ask for dragon layers and dragon magic to come through your being and help you heal that. And then now again, animals is coming up, and we did see a lot of animals, or I've seen a lot of animals during this reading. So sunshine yellow dragons come to help you with animals. So you might be that voice that I spoke of earlier for those beings that don't have a voice for them. So serving animals, healing and respecting, understanding them, and like also just understanding that humans have over interfered. Like, animals and things, they don't need all that medicine and stuff. We don't even need all the medicine that we're given. We need some of it. I'm not saying it's all bad, but it's all overstepped and it's all overreached. Like, we don't need to be giving so many different things into our blood or animals' bloods, and animals don't have a voice for that. And so just really working with the animals that are in your life, in your world, and seeing what they actually truly need, not just infringing on their rights or thinking that we know better. Don't allow them to be hurt in life-saving or life-threatening situations. Of course, that's when medical intervention is useful and helpful, but it doesn't need to be for every single solution and every single problem that we have. Our bodies are self-healing units, as are animals, especially animals. Okay, so also remember that. Pure white dragon from Orion, so, and then Kuan Yin's dragon is also white, and it's helping you just take in the ascension knowledge and the downloads that you're having right now and bringing them into pure wisdom in your life. But again, you want all of this, like the spiritual stuff, it's beautiful and it's fun and it's like, oh, angel numbers and that and stuff. For some of you, this is going to be a really direct message, but it's also usable energy that you want to be able to transfer into your environment to make tangible difference in your own life and your own world. It's not just sunshines and magical feelings all the time. Like, you want to bring it into tangible reality to actually enact change, fortitude, strength, stability, resources, right? And so remembering that and asking for that and asking how you can best do that is going to be really helpful. Earth and Fire Dragon works with you to clear the 5th dimensional ley line. So again, this collective that I'm speaking to, you are a ley line worker. You clear the ley lines. You might be feeling really heavy right now because some stuff will come through the earth. Those are the days when you're like woke up and you're like, what the heck's wrong with me? Like, I don't even know, like my whole life is peaceful right now. I don't really understand why I'm feeling so heavy. Some of that might just be coming through the ley lines. There is massive chunks of people that are waking up, first of all. So they're shedding off massive amounts of energy that they don't know how to alchemize yet. And that's coming through the ley lines to us, the light columns and the light workers that are already rooted and doing the work and have the spiritual knowledge and wisdom and are ignited in our soul capacities and our clairvoyant channels, because we can hold that much light. We've expanded into our soul. We've expanded our capacity so we can hold and transmute that light. And so we're helping the collective heal that way. And then there's massive amounts of people that are not awakened yet. And then that alchemized energy that we just transmuted will go back through the collective and wake up even more people. And it's kind of like a cyclistic nature, just like everything is, but it's like a cyclistic cycle that goes on in the healing and the awakening of people. And so some days just be really, really gentle with yourself. That's where that empathy and that self-compassion comes back in, and Kuan Yin's reminding us of that, to just be gentle with yourself and allow some things to go through. Move more gently that day, nourish your body more that day, move it through your system better. We are really, really being called to care for our vessel in such a different way, in such an expanded way, and all of it, to care for your emotions and your heart, to care for your mental body and your mental health, to care for your physical body and your physical health. And when you seek your spiritual wisdom and guidance to do those things, to care for all of those other layers, you are going to be that much more victorious and successful at being able to do that and giving your system exactly what it needs from the greatest wellspring and resource that you have to guide that process, which is you. Okay? Let's see if there's anything else. Anything else for us? So just more things of the same. So fire energy, creative action, optimism. It's time to move. It's time to act. It's time to go forward. It's time to actually just do it. Stop waiting for it to be perfect. It's time to that movement again, but some of you might be moving. Some of you might be moving into new careers, new fields of opportunity. All I see is blessings coming right now. I see that the worst is behind you, and that the challenges that have arisen, you're stronger now. So even if those arise again, you'll get through them so quickly. And this movement forward is the movement that you've been waiting for. It's moving through stagnant, stuck energy. Trust yourself, trust your path, trust your soul, trust that connection to divinity, and keep going within and listening to that internal guidance. Listen to it first, validate yourself first, have creator validate you, and then move forward. And then forgiveness again. So either good job forgiving, good job, you're on it, you're hitting the mark, you're doing it, or you can do it. Call in some divine help, call in some divine partnership. It's time. It's time to forgive. It's time to let it go. It's a gift to yourself. It's not doing anything to them to hold it. It's not punishing them. The faster that you forgive them and let it go, the more that the karma comes into balance, and the more that they actually end up learning their lesson, and the more that you accelerate in life without anything holding you back that wasn't meant for you to carry anyway. Okay? And then gratitude. Thank you. Appreciate what's sustaining you. It says gratitude, and just look at her in the light and her multidimensional being and glory. Right? And so just appreciating everything. Like, even when I'm in the vehicle and something like happens, it cuts me off, and I'm like, oh, I still am like, okay, thank you. I'm glad that this is like the worst of my problems right now. Like, this is like, compared to what some people are going through, which we should pray for them too, people that are in, wars or extreme trauma or extreme violence right now, or unhomed, like all of that stuff. Like, thank God that this is the worst of my problems. Like, so I'll even be grateful down to that moment. Then of course, when things bring me joy, I receive with joy. I'm so grateful for it. I'm so happy that I have all the tools that I need right now. For instance, going to parasite cleanse, happy I have the herbs. I'm happy that, like, I've been loving hibiscus tea, so I feel gratitude for that, or I'll feel gratitude for a really great meal, right? And so just really fostering gratitude in any and every way that you can is just going to bring in your blessings so much more quicker. It is going to make you feel amazing. And yeah, it's just really the best frequency to be in. That is where the rainbows and sunshine portion of spirituality comes in all the time. Okay, so if you're sound sensitive, I am going to ring a bell. We're just going to ring a bell, clear out any energies that are not meant to be here, and just make sure that all that positive energy is anchored in. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you want to do a more detailed reading, all the links and information is in the description. I love working one-on-one with people. I can help you clean up all your chakras and help you clean off any karmic layers that are still kind of stuck and stagnant, help you know what actions to take that will accelerate that. I connect you to your guides and your angels. I help you connect to your soul contracts, your purpose. And then usually I'm working with more advanced souls that just need a little bit of cleanup so they can go out and kind of like just be so successful and victorious in anything that they're doing in their life. And I don't know, I just love this reading. I feel so good in it. I feel so at peace. Like, my nervous system just feels so balanced, but I'm super excited right now because I can see all these blessings arriving right now for you. And I just love this for you, and I love you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I'd love it if you like, share, subscribe, or join our beautiful community here. And I will see you on the next one. I will see you on the next one, and all of my links are down in the description. You can book with me through my email. Me or my team will get back to you in 48 hours and book with you. And I hope that you actually have the best day, and know that I'm always praying for you, and that any energy exchange that we go through is sent back to you tenfold. And I always just want the best wishes for you, and the best, most peaceful, abundant, loving, healthy life. Namaste.